This family of three bought a house and had just moved in when they discovered the building was actually crooked because when their son placed a marble on the floor, it rolled swiftly toward the balcony. That moment made Jack realize something was wrong. To test his hunch, he placed another marble on the floor, but this time the marble didn't roll. His wife, witnessing this, thought her husband was overthinking it, so Jack didn't give it much thought either. Little did they know that very night something terrifying happened. A torrential downpour struck, and inexplicably cracks appeared in the building's walls. The next second, the entire building mysteriously sank 5 centimeters. However, the sleeping residents remained unaware. It wasn't until the next day that they discovered cracks had even appeared in the glass. Meanwhile, Jack, getting ready for work, noticed something amiss. The once smooth pavement suddenly bore a deep crack. He urgently alerted the property management, urging them to repair it immediately. But since the building was part of a new development, eager to sell units quickly, the management kept delaying repairs. Yet as time passed, the dreaded day arrived. Early morning, Jack was jolted awake by a deafening roar. But when he rushed to the window, he froze in horror. Below, the pavement was cracking apart in waves. Everyone was fleeing. Before he could react, the entire building began shaking violently. Then the ceiling above him started collapsing. At first Jack thought it was an earthquake, but the next second the house he'd bought with a loan began plummeting uncontrollably. In the blink of an eye, the entire building plunged into a deep chasm. After a grinding screech, the descent halted. The structure temporarily wedged midway. At that very moment, Jack's wife returned from grocery shopping. Seeing their newly purchased home vanish into thin air, she felt as if the sky had fallen. But her grief wasn't for the lost property, but for her husband and son trapped inside. Just then, Jack snapped back to reality and remembered his son. But when he opened his son's bedroom door, it was completely empty. As he stood there in shock, a car suddenly plummeted from the sky, crashing straight into his living room. Only after the car came to a halt did Jack recognize the person inside. It was his co-worker. Jack rushed to open the door to rescue him, but in his haste, he wrenched the door handle off. Seeing Jack's clumsiness, his colleague tried to free himself. The next moment, just then, the car began rolling backward. His colleague panicked inside. Just as he thought his time had come, the building plummeted again, pinning the car against the edge of a deep pit. That's how he survived. Jack, seeing this, quickly pulled his colleague out through the window. Just then a woman's voice echoed from the room. Jack, thinking his wife was also home, panicked and rushed to find her. But when he lifted the cabinet, he discovered it was the neighbor who had accidentally rolled over. Thinking strength lies in numbers, the three immediately searched for other survivors. Soon after, they all ran to the rooftop to call for help. But when they looked up, they were instantly stunned.